Imagine this. 110 used school buses, 1.4 billion Jamaican dollars, and the company behind it all not certified to import vehicles. Oh, but it gets better. By the end of this video, you'll understand how a fuel company landed a massive school bus deal without being a vehicle dealer. Welcome to the tangled web of Jamaica's latest transport controversy, where leaked documents, political spin, and media battles collide. Now grab your popcorn, because this is political drama on wheels.
The reason for the waiver of the trade board is that trade board has appointed a private outfit overseas that does use vehicles. All of the vehicles coming from Japan and those places, they are not sanctioned by the Department of Transport in relation to school buses, and there is a completely inferior inspection as it relates to buses. They inspect used motor vehicles across the board, and we import maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month. So that's what they do, and therefore it would have been a waste of taxpayers' money, because the report that they would generate would not come to the criteria that is required by the Department of Transport, as they are not certified in relation to school buses. So again, I tick all the boxes.
The mystery of Elhydro. So, who exactly is Elhydro Limited? According to their company profile, they're a fuel and lubricant supplier. Not exactly the place you'd shop for school buses, right? Yet, somehow, they got a 1.4 billion Jamaican dollars government contract to import 110 school buses. And it wasn't through a competitive tender either. No. Elhydro submitted what's called an unsolicited proposal, meaning they pitched the idea themselves, and apparently no other suppliers could match it, or so we're told. But here's where it gets murky. The trade board, the body responsible for certifying vehicle importers, confirmed to the Sunday Gleaner that Elhydro isn't certified to import new or used vehicles. Yup, not certified. Do you trust the government's explanation? Drop your thoughts below in the comments. Should a fuel company be allowed to import school buses worth $1.4 billion without being certified? The plot twists. But wait, plot twist. Transport Minister Daryl isn't having it. According to him, Elhydro didn't need to be certified at all, because technically the ministry itself was the official importer. Elhydro, just the supplier. Vaz says, and I quote, "These are specialized vehicles, not part of a commercial resale operation." So, according to the minister, importing 110 buses directly for government use bypasses normal certification rules. Convenient. How convenient. But this raises a critical question. Should public procurement allow bypassing safety procedures and dealer requirements just because it's for government use? By the end of this video, you will see why critics aren't buying that excuse. Real question: should a fuel company be allowed to get a $1.4 billion contract to supply school buses? Sound off below in the comments. Is this smart business or political madness? The PCI waiver controversy. Now, let's talk safety. Under Jamaica's 2014 motor vehicle import policy, all imported vehicles must have pre-shipment inspection certificates, or PSICs, to ensure they are roadworthy before they even leave the overseas port. Did Elhydro's buses get get inspected. No, instead, the trade board granted them a waiver, citing compelling circumstances. Apparently, time was of the essence to have the buses ready by the school term in September, meaning 100 buses entered Jamaica without pre-shipment inspection. Local vehicle dealers are scratching their heads. Why the waiver? Who approved it? The answers buried in bureaucratic paperwork. 1.4 billion of taxpayers' money used to buy buses from a company that's not certified to import them. What's your take? Comment if you smell corruption or if you think this was necessary. The media war, Sunday Gleaner versus Vaz. Enter the Sunday Gleaner. After exposing the certification gaps, they ask the hard questions. Vaz's response: deliberately misleading narratives. Yup, the minister flat out accused Jamaica's leading newspaper of twisting facts. This isn't just a procurement scandal anymore. It's now a full-blown media government feud. At the heart of it, a single question: who should Jamaicans believe? A respected national newspaper digging through leaked documents, or a minister defending what he calls a transformative school bus program? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Should the Sunday Gleaner keep digging or drop it? Comment yes if they should keep exposing. Comment no if you think this is political mischief. The missing answers. But here's the kicker: the ministry hasn't answered several critical questions. Why select a fuel company to source buses? Why skip pre-shipment inspection certifications? Why ignore local certified dealers entirely? Why wasn't the waiver or Elhydro's uncertified status disclosed at the press conference? And with phase 2 of the program coming soon, involving another 200 to 300 buses, the drama is far from over. Imagine your tax money funding buses without safety inspections. Would you feel safe putting your child on one? Let's talk about this in the comments below. My expert analysis breakdown. From a government standpoint, this controversy highlights serious risk in Jamaica's procurement policies. Waivers and special exemptions should never be business as usual. Bypassing certified suppliers set a dangerous precedent. Political transparency must trump political convenience. As one transport analyst told the Gleaner, once you start normalizing exceptions, regulations become meaningless. And let's be real, a $1.4 billion contract demands scrutiny. Who do you trust more in this scandal? Daryl Vaz, the Sunday Gleaner, or none of them? Drop your answers below. Let's debate in the comments. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Let's recap the scandal. Elhydro Limited, a fuel company, secured a $1.4 billion contract to supply 110 used school buses. The trade board confirmed Elhydro isn't certified to import vehicles. Pre-shipment inspection certifications were waived despite safety policies. Sunday Gleaner exposed the details. Daryl Vaz countered, accusing the media of misleading the public. Phase 2 could see 300 more buses imported under similar terms. And yet, the government insists it's all above board. So, is this just political optics gone wrong, or a case of backdoor deals masked as noble initiatives? By the end of July, all 110 buses will be here. But by the end of this scandal, that's a journey we're just beginning. Smash that subscribe button for more expert breakdowns on Jamaica's unfolding political drama. Hit like if you found this insightful and tell me in the comments, should Elhydro have been given that contract? This is the Patriotic Jamaican YouTube channel, delivering the real stories behind the headlines. One word to describe Jamaica's 1.4 billion school bus scandal. I'll start. Suspicious. What's your word? Drop it below in the comments. According to Transport Minister Daryl, 3 layers of inspection for vehicles in a rural school bus program. So make we listen to this nationwide news excerpt and hear what the Transport Minister have to say. Big up nationwide.
According to the Transport Minister, all buses imported so far under the school bus program bear a fit and proper sticker for the year 2025. This after the buses were certified as roadworthy by the Department of Transport in the United States.
The Department of Transport in the United States sets criteria for all states to follow in relation to the annual and in some cases biannual inspection of all school buses. Those are by certified persons, companies in each state that has the recognition of the Department of Transport. All of these buses have 2025 inspection, meaning that they have passed to be able to be fit and proper to run in the United States of America. Therefore, that is a specialized inspection for a specialized vehicle.
Minister Vaz says a team from the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, also traveled to the United States to carry out an inspection. He says the JUTC team included engineers. According to the Sunday Gleaner article, the trade board said the waiver was allowed because the buses were intended for use under the Rural School Bus Transportation Program. The trade board also reportedly said that the Island Traffic Authority, ITA, was expected to inspect and sanitize the buses upon arrival in Jamaica to ensure roadworthiness and safety. Speaking on Nationwide this morning on Monday, Minister Vaz said each school bus undergoes a mandatory inspection by the ITA.
When the buses arrive here, they have to be inspected by the Island Traffic Authority in order for a certificate of fitness to be issued so that they can be registered to drive on the roads. That's 3 inspections.
Minister Vaz was asked to explain the reason for the trade board offering an inspection waiver for the buses.
The reason for the waiver of the trade board is that trade board has appointed a private outfit overseas that does use vehicles. All of the vehicles coming from Japan and those places, they are not sanctioned by the Department of Transport in relation to school buses, and there is a completely inferior inspection as it relates to buses. They inspect used motor vehicles across the board, and we import maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month, so that's what they do, and therefore it would have been a waste of taxpayers' money because the report that they would generate would not come to the criteria that is required by the Department of Transport, as they are not certified in relation to school buses. So again, I tick all the boxes.
Khaleesi Wright for Nationwide News.
Question: who import the buses for the JUTC? Why you never make them the people that procure the school buses from America, since them have experience in importing buses? Because now the Transport Minister say a team from the Jamaican Urban Transit Company, JUTC, also traveled to the United States to carry out an inspection. He says the JUTC team included engineers. I don't know about nobody else, but I would feel and sleep much safer at night time if me didn't know that the buses were inspected in the country where the buses were made and manufactured. That's just my opinion, because everybody knows that Americans have a higher standards of doing things. You see the car them we get from Japan, those cars could never be imported into America because Americans have a higher standard standard of manufacturing motor vehicles, a way higher standard than the Japanese. So here what they say now, why they skip the pre-shipment inspection certification in America. So this is where the Sunday Gleaner writes. It said the requirement of a pre-shipment inspection certificate is to ensure that imported vehicles are safe. Emphasis on the word safe, roadworthy and fit for purpose, and the Island Traffic Authority has the skill set and competence to inspect for these criteria. Now we are going to touch on the part where they must say why they skip that because they want to save money. So they might cut corners on the bus safety, and would I think you don't want the children to travel in a safe bus, but you cut the safety part, the safety procedure which should have take place in America. So this is what they say, why them never bother with the pre-shipment inspection certificate in America. A cost-saving measure. Instead of the government of Jamaica paying for an inspection of 110 buses in order to obtain 110 pre-shipment inspection certificates, the inspection costs would be significantly reduced with same results when undertaken by Island Traffic Authority, the board added. So that's how the government say why them never get the pre-shipment inspection certificates in America. Them want to save money. You can't save money and a cut corner and a cut costs when it comes to the safety of the Jamaican children lives. Want to say we don't care about so much. And when the PMP come out and said these buses are not safe, when you come out and I say, oh, no go so, the PMP just bad mind. But now the PMP has been vindicated, and obviously the PMP was right. So all this a scandal, you know, reeks of nothing but corruption. Yes, allegedly this seems to be a very corrupt procurement process, if there was ever any. Cause me want know what oil lubricant company when I have when I have no business importing motor vehicles, whether new or used, they are not certified, where one oil company will sell lubricants get the authority for import vehicle on the behalf of the government. Make it make sense. Last I checked, Elhydro is a fuel manufacturing company. So how you jump from fuel manufacturing company to importing used buses for carry Jamaican picnic go school? Me can't even make the correlation or the connection. If you did a import oil, would understand say, well, yes, that a Elhydro business, but yeah, import buses and you don't have no license, you're not certified to import new or used vehicle. Make that make sense. Wagwan me Elhydro. That just sound like a name where, you know, weed man would a heal up there one another. You see, make you have a strain of weed name Hydro, you know, so Wagwan me Elhydro. Yo, you literally, you can't make this up. You cannot make this ish up. Elhydro is not certified as a dealer of either new or used motor vehicles. Ah boy. Scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. Big up the Jamaica Gleaner. Them did a actually good job on this. You know? Investigative journalism. Them do some good digging into this one. Trust and believe that. Yes man. Who did say investigative journalism is dead? So why did the Transport Ministry allow a fuel company named Elhydro, who is not certified as a dealer of either new or used motor vehicles, to import 110 school buses? And more importantly, you make them skip the pre-shipment inspection certifications that should have taken place in the United States of America. Now, everybody knows America have a very high standard of doing things. Zin? So trust and believe if them inspect them and certify them as roadworthy, especially for Jamaican roads, you know you get the stamp of approval. But for some reason or another, them never make them get get inspected and certified in the US. I strongly believe that all 110 buses, I don't think the people at the Island Traffic Authority is as competent as the inspectors in America. And why I say that is Jamaicans can't even build their own roads. They can't even build their own highways. They are not competent enough to build their own highway. They have to call Chinaman to do it. So I don't think the people out here are nowhere near competent to inspect these buses like the people them in America. That's my opinion. They allow the buses to be shipped here without inspection from the US authorities. Why then do that? That's a big question mark. So, me don't know if the Island Traffic Authority is as competent as the people them in America. I don't know. The reason why I said that is the Transport Minister himself said the inspection of these bus is not like the inspection of your little car or van from Japan where you import. You see me? So those are his words, not mine. But them wait till they come out here for our people them fit test it and see if it road worthy. That don't make no sense. I strongly believe that all 110 buses should have gone through the pre-shipment inspection certificates in the United States. Don't you just love it when your government just bypass all of the blue tape and red tape where them put in place for ordinary Jamaicans, everyday regular Jamaicans, but when it comes to them cut through all of the blue tape, red tape bureaucracies, then light and burn all of the tape them and just do what them feel like, and then come out in the media and give some lame excuse saying that, oh, the government is the one who actually imported the vehicle, not Elhydro. Like, that not even make no sense where the transport minister just say. Cause if you import the vehicle them, so why you use Elhydro who is not certified? Let me repeat this again for emphasis. Elhydro is not certified as a dealer of either new nor used motor vehicles. Make it make sense. I know you're gonna say, oh, the trade board grant a special waiver because you need them bus to roll out right before September, so you don't want no hiccup or nothing for you stop it from roll out. It obviously you just try to do the roll out in a September just to win the swing votes in rural Jamaica. Me not stop say it. Young lad do the swing votes. That's why una rush it so and bypass the safety test inspection what should have take place in America. And una say una care about Jamaican children safety, but you skip one of the most important process before you make the vehicle them come here. Me can't stop ask the question. These vehicles are made and manufactured in America. So wouldn't it stand to reason to make the buses be inspected and certified in America? We not going like we make bus out here. What makes you think we don't have the wherewithal at the Island Traffic Authority or JUTC to inspect the buses? See you in the next breakdown.